Hello, everybody. It's Tommy. Welcome to episode 1 of Guitar Lessons from Tommy Red. And they're free and personal with my email at the end and everything. I'm just getting involved in this, and I hope you take advantage of it, especially veterans. Free. And I have some guitars to give away, too. I've given many away in the past, and it's just a joy of mine to do that. So anyway, here we go, and this is Rick Beato with Yngve Malmsteen, and he's finally saying some of the stuff I've been saying for years about picks and strings. Here we go.
Yngve, welcome.
Thank you. Finally.
Finally.
Yes.
The first thing I want to ask you about is about string gauges, because you use a hybrid set.
Well, it all derives from when I was very, very young, and I would play all the time, and the strings would always break. So I'd go to the store and buy single strings when I had to, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd buy a full set. And I realized when I bought the full set, where there was an 8 or 9, sometimes a 10 even back in the day, the tension was never the same. So this string and this string would be different tension. In other words, the high ones would always be a lot more tension than the low ones. So that I decided, well, maybe I should have the thin ones, 8 ones here, and the thick ones on the bottom, and the whole guitar feels more balanced. That's basically how I came to this conclusion. This is a long time ago. Yes, 8, 11, 14,
Then 22, 32.
22, 32,
I've been doing
46,
this.
or 48, depending.
Okay.
You know,
And
for
the cool thing
individual
is that on the
strings.
back here, it's got the
For
bullet
years.
in it.
Whoops.
So it's actually made for this block on a Stratocaster, you know. So it will stay in tune perfect.
A lot of people will be surprised that you use
years,
eights.
that's
I
the
always knew
perfect
that you
gauge
used
for
thin
my,
strings. Tell me
fingers.
about the theory of this,
They
though, as
sound
far
great.
as when you're playing things and how it feels with the pick. You're not a small guy, Yngve. You got huge fingers, yet you use these thin strings. You like the control,
Gotta
though,
do it this
of
way, man.
right?
Right. For the longest time, I heard there's a
No,
lot
I don't
of
break strings that
theories
often,
that
but
you hear, you know,
sometimes.
as years go by, that put the thick strings give more this sustain
Boomers.
or more this. It
GHS
does not.
boomers.
Does not.
GHS makes about
Okay.
80% of all the strings that
What
you buy
does
anyway
make
from
the
all
guitar
companies.
more alive
Except Ernie
is
Bobby
high
makes their
action.
own.
And my action on my guitars is really
Couple of us.
considerably
GH
high. I mean, most
GHS
people
makes strings.
I played it.
have a lot lower than this.
Yeah.
And
These are
that because the
boomers.
string
And
from
they're
here
boom.
to
If you
there,
want
the
to.
string looks like this, elliptical, like this. So if it doesn't allow it to
Sweetwater. Mark
vibrate like it
Magditch.
should,
Sweetwater.
that doesn't
Give 'em a
only
call.
buzz, but it actually kills the
1-800
tone.
Sweetwater.
And but if you want to bend from C sharp
I'm
to
not
E,
paid at all. I've been with them
Like
for
that.
25 years. I switched from Guitar
that, for
Center a
instance.
long time ago, and
why would you
boy,
want
am
to
I
kill
glad
yourself?
about that. Sweetwater.
When
Fort
what's the
Wayne,
benefit?
Indiana. I am
There's
not
no-
paid.
No
This is not an
benefit.
advertisement.
Okay, you also
I just
said that if
believe
you
in
get
them.
a nick
I get
in your
everything.
pick,
Everything
you
see
immediately
except
throw it
like my
away.
Les
Yes,
Paul
and that's
this
because I do a lot of
tobacco
these.
strap. That's a 94. Les Paul's original 80, 59 remake.
Like that type
anyway.
of thing.
The rest got from Sweetwater.
It's not sweep picking.
So they're great.
Folks.
Mark
Okay,
Mag-
explain that when
Magditch,
you say
thank
it's
you. My
not
whole
sweep picking.
studio
Alternate
from Sweetwater.
down, down,
48
down,
tracks.
down. It's depending,
Pro
you know, because
Tools, Universal Audio, Bill Putnam.
that's
all the good
it's
stuff.
not like this,
You're
Right.
you know, and all of
Need.
this comes from
Mackie.
me always
It's in there. We'll show you later.
playing with my ears. I heard something, you know, like I heard a violin, something like that. That's not a guitar lick,
Right.
you know. And I just heard it from either Bach or Vivaldi or Paganini or something, you know, like these things. And I heard it played on the violin or even on the piano. And I liked the cascading notes. I liked the vibrato. I had heard that, and I said, I'm going to do it on the guitar. It was not, hey, I wonder if I look this up on internet. No, there was no such thing. As I was doing this, all I did was listening, because I would go in my studio, I would record it, and I would come back and listen to it. I would go home. And the funny thing was, in the late 70s, there was 2 cassette speeds. 7
Yeah, yeah.
inches or 7 point something.
15 and a half.
Techniques and a Philips.
15 and a
in the
half
studio in the
inches, right?
house. So it's like quarter note difference.
Right.
So I would record it.
What? Sorry. Where'd it go? Damn, this
Everything-
thing drives me nuts.
Faster for me saying I'm not gonna
Sorry. Anyway,
not be better or faster than I was.
string
yesterday.
gauge doesn't
So
matter
if
for
you hear
sound or
something from my
anything. I
77
don't
or something,
think.
I'll play that.
I've been playing 50 years. I'm not in
that
tune. Let me
for
fix
instance,
it.
It would be faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. It's really crazy. But anyways, to get back to the long answer about the picking, I never thought about how I was holding the pick.
Okay.
I never thought about how I was dividing the picking
Right.
up, down, this, that, whatever. I never thought about how I did this. Nothing. In 1983, I came to Japan. I've been playing guitar for a long time by then. And the Japanese interviewer goes, "How do you hold your pick?"
I'd been playing like 5 years
And that
in
was the
1983.
first time
That you ever thought
I
of it.
even looked down on my hand.
Right.
Oh, like this, you know. And it turns out it's something like this. I don't know.
And you use a really thick pick, 1.5.
Yeah.
Me too.
1.5.
I used marble,
1.5 millimeter
special made
Dunlop.
marble
Yeah.
pick.
And tell me why though. You said this because you don't want any flexibility
Yes,
in the
because
pick.
if the
No flexibility, man. It
Yep.
you have
bends
two
and you're
brain
slow.
hemispheres.
Bend,
Okay.
next string,
One
where's the
controls
pick?
this hand, one controls this hand. And you want to play something like, let's say
I'm on low battery. I'm going to have to do this
when
another
this
time.
hand, your brain controls this hand and this hand to meet in coordination. If there's flexibility in this pick, it's going to be a latency of milliseconds,
Right.
but still.
Yeah.
You know, so every time your hand does this, it's going to be, you know.
Exactly.
And I
right.
realized that too. In fact, I used stone picks for a while. This way of playing guitar is so new. If you want to study classical violin, it's a 400-year-old
40
technique.
years, yes.
You know,
That's
there's
right.
the bowing,
And piano.
any instrument of that
That's
kind. You know, but this way of playing the guitar is not like a classical guitar because you don't play like this, and you know. And so it's so new. It's well, I guess you have to start thinking about like the late 50s, I guess. Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
And then Beck and Clapton and Hendrix and Van Halen, whatever. It's like everybody's doing differently. You know, it's
I don't
not
know
a
if I'm
set
coming
way.
through.
You and I talked about this about Alan Holdsworth.
Yes.
Had wanted to be a saxophonist. You were saying, and then you wanted to be a violinist.
Okay, so it's a little more complicated than that.
Okay.
Because
I think I'm
I never want to be a violinist. I never want to be a classical guitar player. I want to play electric guitar with small.
Me too. Checking it. I'm too close to my amp in here. Eddie's favorite. So yeah, in E minor, E or G major. So anything like that, and then you get like that, or but you gotta go. So it's the flat 7 then to the high up here. He goes. Oh, the glasses. Jeez, I'm sorry. The friggin' glasses. I gotta go because of the battery. And this is one of the best licks ever written by Jimi Hendrix. I picked it up from Tim Pierce. Thanks, Tim. I mean, I had it, but I didn't have it right. to do this for Hendrix. Check it out. Check this out. All the way. I gotta cut it. Better's gonna die and I'll lose it all. Thanks, everyone.